Is Relief Factor a scam? After checking it out, I found a couple of things that just don't seem right about this pain relieving supplement. So, does it even work in reality? Is it worth the money? Well, I decided to make a really detailed analysis on it, so here's what I found out in my Relief Factor review. Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Dolly and I'm a pharmacist doing supplement reviews and health tutorials for people with all sorts of issues from arthritis, pain, hair loss, weight loss, and everything you can imagine. So if you want to stay updated with my tips, subscribe below and hit that bell notification button to stay updated whenever I post a new video. Also, you can find this full Relief Factor review on my website, and I'm going to leave you the direct link to it into the description, so check it out if you're interested. Now, getting to Relief Factor, here's what I'm going to be covering in this video. First, I will give you a short summary and opinion on this supplement, and then I'm going to start analyzing all of its aspects from formula, dosage, up to price. So, are you ready to begin? First of all, Relief Factor is a supplement designed for all sorts of inflammatory pain. But even from the start, I noticed it has a few major problems. There's very little info about the company behind it. You can't order the product unless you sign up for their monthly auto shipping, so you have to agree that they will charge you and ship you the product automatically every month, and this doesn't seem very fair to me. And also, its price is very tricky. It starts from $20 a month and then it continues to $80 per month from the second month and so on. I also have to mention that Relief Factor has a couple of really bad complaints and unsatisfied users who even call it a scam. According to them, you can't really cancel your subscription to their auto shipping, so you end up being charged a lot of money without your own consent. But I'm going to tell you more about this when we discuss the price section. Now, Relief Factor's composition doesn't look bad at all, but even in these conditions, it's surely not worth $80 per bottle. So, considering all of these aspects, Relief Factor is surely a product that I would never ever recommend. If you really want a quality product for inflammatory pain, I know one that costs even $16 per bottle, so I feel like that would be a much better alternative to Relief Factor from all points of view. I'm going to tell you more about that product at the end of this review, so stay tuned and I bet you'll be really happy about what you find out. Now, let's start my analysis on Relief Factor, and I will begin by telling you how exactly this product works and what it promises to do. As I said, Relief Factor is a supplement designed only for inflammatory pain. Now, this includes a bunch of issues from swollen joints, rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune conditions, and even chronic joint pain. Anyway, Relief Factor claims to improve your body's response to inflammation, and its website claims that it's 100% drug-free and that it has over 15 years of clinical practice behind. To be honest, I'm not really sure these claims are true. They just don't seem very right to me, but I can't tell for sure. Still, the weirdest part about Relief Factor is its producer. That's because I had a very hard time finding who is the company behind it, even its name, and there was simply no info anywhere. In the end, I found out it's a brand called Prometiv and that it's based in Kirkland, Washington. But still, there was no info, no contact number, no email, so there was simply no way to get in touch with them. They don't even have an official website. It's only the supplement Relief Factor that has an official website. So to me, this seems really weird, and I'm pretty sure there's something not right about this company. I doubt it's a trustworthy one, to tell you honestly. In terms of formula, I would say Relief Factor is very uncommon. Yeah, that's the best word to describe its composition. That's because it doesn't require one type of pill, but two. Yes, you heard me right, it requires two different types of pills, each with a different formula. There are the capsules on one hand, and they're made from anti-inflammatory herbs, and on the other hand there are the soft gels, and they are made from fish oil. So let's take each type of pill by turn and let's analyze its formula. First of all, the capsules are made from herbs and they have an anti-inflammatory formula just like I said before. There are 3 active ingredients in these capsules. Ikarin, that's the first one from this list. It's a strong antioxidant that can also help with inflammation. Then there's turmeric phospholipid. Turmeric is a really good anti-inflammatory, maybe the best one among herbs if you ask me. And then there's resveratrol, which also has some anti-inflammatory properties. Honestly, this formula is quite uncommon, meaning that except turmeric, the other 2 ingredients aren't very usual in pain-relieving supplements, but overall this composition doesn't look bad at all. But there's something else I don't like about it, and it's related to turmeric. In Relief Factor, turmeric is combined with phospholipids to have a better absorption. That's really clear. But according to its label, turmeric phospholipids only contains 19% curcuminoids, which is the concentrated form of turmeric, the extract if you want to call it like this. Most anti-inflammatory supplements contain around 95% curcuminoids, so they are a lot more concentrated. That's why I'm not very sure about the turmeric inside Relief Factor. My opinion is that it's much weaker compared to other anti-inflammatory supplements, so the effect of the supplement itself overall should also be weaker. As for the soft gels, the ingredient list is pretty simple here. There's only fish oil and it comes in 2 types, EPA and DHA. These 2 are the most popular types of fish oil and they have common benefits like reducing inflammation and keeping it under control, stimulating natural healing and promoting healthy tissues. But the main effect of this formula, of the soft gels formula, is surely decreasing inflammation. Overall, Relief Factor doesn't have a bad composition at all. It's only that it's a bit uncommon since most of its ingredients don't appear in pain-relieving supplements too much. Plus, it has that turmeric issue that I told you about, but overall, I would say that its formula is quite decent. I mean, it could be a lot worse than that. Relief Factor is quite different from most products at this chapter. As I told you, it has 2 different types of pills and you have to take them both together every day. In terms of dimensions, both pills are about the same. They have an average size. Actually, the soft gels look a bit larger than the capsules, but in reality, the soft gels are actually a bit easier to swallow. Anyway, the interesting part is that these pills come in packages. This kind of package is the daily dose and it contains 2 capsules and 2 soft gels. So that's the quantity you have to take every day. Basically, you won't have to take the pills from the bottle manually. Just open and take that package for the day and that's it. It's really simple. But the real problem of this supplement is the recommended dosage. Normally, you need 1 package per day, as I already told you. But here comes the thing. The label recommends starting with 3 packages and lowering the dose to 2 when the discomfort gets better. Then, you should switch to 1 package after several months or weeks depending on how exactly you feel. So basically in the first weeks, you should take nothing less than 12 pills per day if you want the best effect. This is literally impossible and I would never ever recommend a supplement that requires you to take 12 pills per day, no matter how weak or how harmless they were. Plus, in this way, a bottle would run out in 1 or 2 weeks at most, so Relief Factor has a major problem at this chapter. Keep that in mind, please, because it's something crucial. Taking 12 pills per day from the same supplement is something that I would never ever recommend. I tried to look at the reviews Relief Factor has online so that you could see how this supplement works from real people who have actually tried it. But the problem is that I could find very few authentic reviews. There were a ton of promotional reviews, but the writers were only trying to sell the product, so they have actually never tried it, and there was no point to include those reviews here. I did find some user reviews on Relief Factor's official website, but I'm 99% sure that those reviews were false and biased. As you can see, they all have 5 stars and there's no way to write your own review, so this is why I am pretty sure they are false. On the other hand, I did find 3 reviews which I think that were authentic, and they were written as comments to general reviews on Relief Factor on different websites. So this is why I think that they are legit and made by some real users. All those 3 reviews were negative, and they were complaining about the poor effect, high price, and bad customer practices of this supplement. And actually, one user even claimed he was scammed, as you can see here. So personally, I am pretty sure that these claims are true and that Relief Factor is far from what it claims to be. That's why I couldn't possibly recommend it, judging after these major complaints and after the fact that it doesn't have any authentic reviews written down on an actual page. Since reviews are very rare in Relief Factor, I couldn't find too much info about it here, but some of its ingredients can cause side effects in general. For example, turmeric tends to cause digestive issues, and fish oil can also produce nausea, rashes, bad breath, and a couple of other things. But I can't really tell for sure whether Relief Factor causes some of the side effects on a daily basis or not. That's the aspect that made me believe Relief Factor is a scam. That's because its price is really unfair. The point is that Relief Factor uses a tricky price strategy. What exactly do I mean by this? Well, it's way more expensive than regular supplements, but it's trying to hide this. It has 2 different pricings, one for first-time customers or first-time purchases, and another one for users who buy it the second time or even more. Now, the first supply costs $20 plus $7 shipping, so that's $27 in total, but it only lasts for 3 weeks. If you make the purchase, so if you buy the first month's supply, you will automatically be shipped a new supply in 15 days. These are their conditions, so if you don't agree with them, there's no way to buy the first supply. And this automatic monthly supply continues every single month, but the price remains $80 per bottle plus $7 for shipping. To be more clear, Relief Factor costs $80 per month, but if they set this price from the start, no one would buy it at this cost, do you agree? So that's why they created this strategy. They will only let you order the first supply if you agree with their monthly auto shipping. But the next bottles are going to be a lot more expensive than the first bottle. I have actually seen this strategy in many other brands, and unfortunately most of them were scams. That's because they would not let their customers quit the auto shipping despite claiming that they can leave anytime they want. Just check, there are lots of complaints like this on the internet, and I even think that Relief Factor also has one. It's one of those 3 reviews that I mentioned before. So there's no way I could recommend this supplement in terms of price. I actually even think that it's a scam because all the evidence I found speaks for itself. And as I promised, I will give you a much better alternative to Relief Factor in a couple of seconds. So stay with me just a little bit more. If I had to sum up my opinion on Relief Factor, here's what I would say. First, there are almost no user reviews on it, which is a really bad sign. I only managed to find 3 after a very long research, so this just doesn't feel right. Secondly, you have to take 12 pills per day in the first week if you want the best effect. I know this sounds like a joke, but unfortunately it's the truth. And lastly, I just told you about that tricky price offer this supplement uses. It claims to cost $20 per month, but it actually costs $80 per month, starting from the second supply. So is Relief Factor worth the money or not? Well, if you ask me, I feel like it's really far from being worth the money. I personally consider it a scam actually. There are just too many things that don't seem right about it, starting with its unknown producer and up to its hidden actual price. I'm not going to mention all the downsides it has because it's obvious there are lots of them. The only thing I liked about Relief Factor more or less was its formula, which isn't bad at all, so it's a shame of this formula if you ask me. But there's simply no way I could ever recommend Relief Factor. No way. So what do I recommend instead? I know I promised you a bottle alternative to Relief Factor, and I was talking about a product made from Vita Balance called Turmeric Curcumin Plus. Just like Relief Factor, it's also designed for inflammatory pain, but it has way more satisfied reviews and a much better price for quality overall. In fact, it's the cheapest anti-inflammatory supplement I know. I'm talking about those products with a high quality composition. Turmeric Curcumin Plus costs $25 normally, but you can get it for even $16. I made a video review on this supplement where I teach you how to use this strategy, so how to get it cheaper than it actually costs. So I'm going to link my video review on it in the top right corner, where's that info box, and I will also leave you the link in the description below, so check which of them is easier for you. Now I want to hear from you. So please tell me, would you be willing to buy Relief Factor, or you would rather go for the alternative that I recommend, Turmeric Curcumin Plus? Or if you have another alternative, I would really love to hear it. Maybe it's better than mine. So please let me know your answers in the comments below, and it would be really helpful to find out what you think. That was about it for today. I hope you enjoyed my Relief Factor review and that you could find out enough info about this supplement. So if this review was helpful, please hit that like button below. It would really help me. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and reviews like this one. So take care and see you next time in my next video.